Man charged in connection with the death of Crystal Rogers will face a judge today. Defense attorneys for Joseph Lawson are trying to get his bond lowered. In a motion that was filed last month, attorneys called his bond, which is $500,000, excessive and oppressive. They say because Lawson is paraplegic and confined to a wheelchair, he can't harm other people, and it makes him more difficult for him to flee. He's expected in court this afternoon at 1:30.
Now, Lawson is just one of 3 men charged in the case. The other 2 are Brooks Houck and Steve Lawson. Houck was Crystal Rogers' boyfriend when she disappeared. He's currently being held on a $10 million bond. Steve Lawson is Joseph's dad and is facing the same charges as his son, tampering with physical evidence and conspiracy to commit murder.
So Steve Lawson appeared in court yesterday and is now waiting to see if a judge will in fact lower his bond.
Right now it's set at $500,000. WHAS11 senior reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez and photojournalist Jessica Farley have the details.
It was our first in-person look at Steve Lawson since he was arrested in connection to Crystal Rogers' death. He sat in the courtroom, quiet, mostly looking down. Sitting in the pews watching, Sherry Ballard, at times emotional, her granddaughter Tori, and Crystal's grandfather Till Ballard. In direct comments to the judge, Lawson's attorney, Ted Lavitt, argued his client has fully cooperated with Kentucky State Police, giving them any testimony they've asked for in an agreement to be immune from prosecution.
They had their way with my client. We stayed until the end every time.
But Special Prosecutor Shane Young telling the judge the $500,000 bond is appropriate given the severity of the charges. Judge Charles Sims will sit on the comments made and decide whether to grant Lavitt's request to reduce Lawson's bond to $20,000.
Probably the next 5 days, okay?
Yes, sir.
Only Lavitt answered questions from reporters after the hearing.
But you had said your client was a person of interest and a target since 2015. Can you reiterate?
Well, that's my understanding, but I can tell you that he has been a target, and because, number one, he was a part-time former employee of the person indicted for murder.
Lavitt revealed Steve Lawson was badly struggling with alcoholism when Crystal went missing. So naturally, Lavitt was asked if that could have clouded Lawson's memory when giving his account of what he witnessed from that time.
I think he's doing the best he can, and when he couldn't remember something, the Commonwealth was all over him attempting to grab it out of his skull.
Lawson escorted out the way he came in, the Ballard family hoping for continued decisive action in this case. Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS 11 on your side.
Now, something else we can point out here, Crystal's mother, Sherry Ballard, filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Brooks Houck just before the end of the year. According to the lawsuit, Ballard was appointed as the administrator of her daughter's estate in November, which was 2 months after Houck was charged with her murder. The lawsuit states Houck intentionally and wrongly caused Rogers' death. Now, Ballard wants a jury trial. She wants court costs and attorney's fees, pre- and post-judgment interest, punitive damages, and any and all other relief to which the plaintiff may be deemed entitled by the court. Right now, there's no timeline on when that lawsuit will be tried in court.
Turning now to Indiana, where the legislative session is set to begin on Monday. Republican leaders say they're hoping for, quote, a quick and quiet session this year. But there are already several bills filed dealing with hot-button issues, including gun control. One such bill would increase the minimum age to own and buy a gun from 18 to 21 in the state. Another proposed bill would require private gun sales to go through background checks at a gun dealership. Meanwhile, Senate Bill 95 would give local cities and towns in Indiana the ability to pass ordinances to regulate firearms in their communities more than state law does.
My legislation requires law enforcement to make the recommendation and the recommendations to be supported by the local community before the legislative body can act on it.
Deadline for lawmakers to file Senate bills is next Tuesday at 4 p.m. For House lawmakers, the deadline is next Thursday by 2 p.m.
The Louisville Metro Council has selected its leadership for 2024. Councilmember Marcus Winkler, who represents a large part of the East End, will once again serve as the Metro Council president. Now, he'll keep his position that he assumed last year, which he took over for David James. Democrats re-elected Councilwoman Paula McCraney to serve as chair of the Majority Caucus for 2024. Meanwhile, Republicans unanimously selected Kevin Kramer as the minority caucus chair. Kramer takes over for Anthony Piagentini, who was recently found guilty of ethics violations. The charging committee has recommended that he be removed from office. Those hearings have not yet been scheduled.
Another shakeup expected here for Metro Council. One of the original members will not seek re-election this year. Democrat Madonna Flood became a founding member of the Louisville Metro Council when the city and county merged. She was first elected in 2002 and is currently serving her 5th term. In a statement, she highlighted some of her proudest accomplishments, including the smoking ban ordinance, fairness ordinance, and code enforcement revisions.